So now that you're new to the sports media game, let me just pull your coat to something that we do here. We completely overreact to things in sports media and act like they're a big deal.
No
I'm
way.
going to do it. I'm going to do it
No
right now.
way.
Last night, the Warriors that ruined basketball by being too good, they lost to the Bucks. Not only did they lose to the Bucks, they didn't have Draymond Green, and they lost Steph Curry halfway through the game. I'm going to completely overreact to this and say that the Warriors are vulnerable to injury. They're vulnerable to being too good and being bored, and they lost a game, and they're going to lose more games, especially with Steph Curry on the sidelines. Are you in? Are you in?
100%. I agree with you. And I also wanted to say this. Nothing matters till game 83 for them. Nothing matters. Nothing matters. What are they going to see? What are they going to accomplish? They have their first team to win 67 plus games in 4 straight seasons. They own the all-time record, 73 wins, even though they didn't win a championship. They own every regular season record there is. Like, what is it about the regular season? Their goal is to get there healthy. That's all that matters, and they will steamroll everyone. This is not a matter of turning it up. They're still first in the conference, X, Y, and Z.
Well, I'm glad you brought up that 73-win regular season, because people like myself think that they kind of chased that a little too hard. They got a little fatigued, and then I forgot who won that finals.
Look, no one cares, right? Who won that finals?
Benefited from that?
It's no big deal. But this is what I will say: what people don't understand, and if you go back and look at it, the San Antonio Spurs won like 68 games or 67 games that year. So even though when they were at like 70 wins, they only had a 2-game lead on San Antonio.
Yep.
San Antonio was playing great that year. That was San Antonio's all-time record, but it got lost in the Golden State chase for 73. But with 3 games to go, they hadn't clinched yet. 3 games ago, and they had like 70 wins. They hadn't clinched yet. So they were trying to get home court, and the thing is that they were still getting pushed a little bit by San Antonio. And then once you're pushed that far with like 3 games ago, you might as well go get the record. So I don't think at game 62 that they had clinched home court, and they saw that San Antonio was a very, very good team, so they wanted to kind of continue to push it. So I don't think it was the record chasing, I just think it was kind of circumstance.
I also think that people forget that Steph's health was a big factor last year. Like, he missed playoffs games last year, and that's just kind of like lost in the sauce. But I'm going to poke holes in the Warriors right now. All right, that's what we do here in the media. They are so good. They are so head and shoulders above everybody else. But health is a problem, and you see here this little weird jump kind of hurt Steph's left abductor. I don't even know what an abductor is, but sure, it's hurt. And here's the thing, Richard. I think the Warriors have a little bit of a depth problem. If you pull up their roster, and if you look at it, because they spend so much money on that starting 5, they're not that deep, especially at the bigs. Like, look at this roster. Look at this depth chart without Steph and Draymond. We got Looney in there, Damian Jones, Jordan Bell, Jerebko. Like, these aren't exactly huge names. Okay, am I selling you on the depth being a problem for the Warriors?
No, you're not, because you're one of the people that you're also missing is DeMarcus Cousins. So you're basically missing 3 All-NBA players when you look at that list, and you still have Kevin Durant, who's the second best player in basketball. You still have Klay Thompson, who is probably the best 2-guard in basketball, if you ask me. Give me a better 2-guard. Give me a better 2-guard.
James Harden.
What?
James Harden.
James Harden to me is more of like a combo guard. Like, he more is a point. Okay. I would put him in more of like I would put him in a classic with like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, like those type of classic 2 guards. That's not James Harden. James Harden is more of a point. He led the league in assists. He's this and that. He's more of a ball handler that can score in the 2 position. But a traditional 2 guard, I don't think there's a better traditional 2 guard, and all the records that he keeps doing that and breaking, that kind of shows that.